And if I talk about somewhere around 100,000 crores of it is into KCC only. So KCC is our basic product, the basic support which we have been giving to the farmers. But now with the change in the agriculture landscape, bank has also been coming out with other products also, which will be actually which are required by the farmers for imbibing these new modern techniques and increasing their yield in their products also. So one of the products I will just share with you, we have come up with agriculture enterprise loan, and this agriculture enterprise loan we have actually tried to address the security part also, collateral security part also. So while that definitely is a requirement from the bankers, I think across the industry that yes, we still are having products which demand collateral from the farmers, and which is definitely blocking the easy credit access to the farmers. So here we have tried to actually address that also, and we have actually reduced the requirement to somewhere 40%, 25% to 40%, and we have tried to cover the complete requirement of the farmer community here. So this is basically focused in the agri entrepreneurs, the companies, and we actually provide credit for their all kind of requirements, right from you can say term loan, CC, BG, LC, even for export also. We have, State Bank of India has very recently worked on the cluster approach also, and we have identified around 335 clusters, districts where we have identified 40 crops. And we are giving some rebates also. During this campaign, we are running a campaign, Connect to Cluster. So wherein we are actually giving the benefit of up to 4% rebate to our farmer community, our entrepreneurs and agri corporates who are actually interested in going forward. Bringing in the agriculture, improving the agriculture product. Now coming to the answer to your question. Definitely, as although we have the largest number of branches and we are having amongst the farmer community, so we are lacking somewhere on that. So to address that, what State Bank of India has done, now we are moving on the digital platform. Just to share with all of you, we have already started straight through process for KCC loans up to 1.60 lakhs in Karnataka. It is already live, and we are working in some other states also. Here, since we are ready with the software and all, and we are already live in Karnataka, most of it is dependent on the digitization of land records by the state governments. So wherever state governments have already done this digitization, so we are moving this. In fact, in UP also there are 4 districts we will be very soon moving on. And across India, we are now digital, we are on the digital platform for a sanction of 1.60 lakh KCC. So slowly we are also moving to digital platforms so that we can reach the farmers, or rather farmers can reach us. They will only have to log into your mobile and go to Jan Samark portal, which is a portal developed by the Government of India, and all backend integrations are there, all secure, CIBIL check, land verifications, even the registration of charge also would be online only. So that is how actually we are trying to address the reach factor. Other than that, yes, we have deployed other sourcing channels also. So very recently, State Bank of India has engaged 13 business associates also. So that is another model where we are working on, and these business associates will be actually moving to the grassroots level, going to the farmers, to their villages, and then they will be sourcing applications from there so that we can finance them. We have also opened a subsidiary, State Bank Operation Support Services actually. So which is also helping us in recruiting local people actually. So like we are focusing that the local person is from the village itself is recruited, so that he has reach within these families residing in the villages, and increases our reach to these people also. Plus, yes, there's a co-lending model also which we are working on. So through co-lending also we are working with the NBFCs and reaching the I think end customer also. So that is all I'll say right now and stop it here.
Thank you, Srivastav for a detailed account of what State Bank of India and their product development and their entry into the digitalization of the up to 1.6 lakh of KCC for digitized. Once the land record, everything is available throughout all the land records of all those who are having a land in Karnataka, be it in urban or local or in local bodies or in farmers and all. That entire holdings you can track it, and even a branch manager sitting in the branch, he can just click onto that, and he will get what we call in Kasara, this thing and all Hindi. So possession certificate and land revenue receipt and all. So which is what in fact the banker quite often asks the farmer to bring in now. And this is one development I think State Bank of India has taken a lead in. So now I think I should complete the bankers first. And we have Mr. Rakesh Mugotra, DGM, Jammu and Kashmir Bank. And apart from what J&K Bank has been doing, because this is one of the, J&K Bank is one of the premier private sector bank who had been known for lending to agriculture and all. And being based in Jammu and Kashmir, and I also know that they would have lent a sizable amount for apple cultivation and so on and so forth, many of the horticulture commodities and all. So you can, if you can tell us about, because apart from KCC and the long-term loan, medium-term loan and all, so value chain financing is one which is catching up and all. So the end-to-end solution through a credit product and all, in case if for J&K, I'm sure that they would have done it and all. So if we can focus that also, it will be highly advantageous for us to know about it.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Agriculture today, for making the J&K Bank part of this enlightened panel. It's highly decorated. I think we have amongst us all the stakeholders. We have the bankers. We have the commodity market heads. We do have with us the insurance ecosystem. So J&K Bank, as Sir has rightly made the context that we are the premier financial institution in the state of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. And what we have done here is we are into every household. We have saturated the KCC. Why I am touching this point is because that point takes me to the next question which Bashar sir has put on. Basically, what KCC has done is that we have to recognize that our farmers has primarily been credit invisible. They didn't have any history of credits because they are, as Rajesh Srivastava in the initial discussion said, that they are mostly banking upon the usurial finance. So if they don't have a credit history, it's very difficult for our bankers, as we are very repayment conscious and security conscious, for us to lend to the farmers. So what this whole ecosystem of the government in the last 7-8 years has done, it has brought the farmer from a credit invisible stream to a credit visible stream. A farmer who takes a KCC and then renews it, he has a credit history, and that's helping the bankers a lot. And that's what is enabling us to go for the next stage, which is the value chain financing. So as far as our experience in J&K is concerned, I'll just tell you that because we are very strong in horticulture financing, in apple financing, our bank has done a lot of work. And now we have taken it to the next stage, that is the high density. Our MD sir also was there in the morning. He also touched on that. We are more focused now on replacing the old forms of the horticulture, old trees in the apple ecosystem, from the traditional plants to the high density plants. And that's happening in big way. That is being supported by the CA storage ecosystem, which is being developed again with the help of the J&K Bank. More than 90% of that is CA storage is financed by our bank in the UTI. Value chain financing concept has been adopted by the bank, and we are really looking at taking it to the next level by adding it to other products also. Because apple, we are trying to saturate another 1 or 2 years. We will be big way we are going for this rootstock financing in the high density space, and then we take over to the next other horticulture producers. And government ecosystem is helping us like this. See, I'd like to talk, I think nobody touched that. Government has recently in September, they have introduced 3 very strategic steps. One was they introduced this Kisan Rin portal, with the help of the Reserve Bank of India and other stakeholders. So that's again another step. That's again another step for the bankers to have some kind of credit history for people. Then KCC Ghar Ghar Abhiyan. As I said, once we have KCC everywhere, we get credit history for the farmers. And then another this thing, because everybody was talking about the force majeure and the vagaries of climate which farmers are facing in our country. So weather information network data system. I think we are at the cusp of a revolution wherein we are transitioning rightly from the agriculture to the agribusiness. And once that happens, you can see sky's the limit for our country, because we are a country of entrepreneurs, we have seen. And what this government has done, it has brought back that focus on startups and the agribusiness. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you, Rakesh. I think Jammu and Kashmir banks forte into the value chain financing. He has explained in detail, and happy to know about that, the diversification, not just apple value chain, but to saffron and even rajma, and all they have started looking at it and all. So that is good, because to my mind, I feel that we also need to have a mindset change of this kind of a value chain financing. So instead of just giving only for a crop without any bearing on its backward as well as forward linkages and all. So that is how, through this value chain financing, many of the ills of the directed credit only for a crop or to an animal or something and all. So we can do away with that and all. So thank you, Rakesh, once again. And after the bankers have done their part of purveying the credit, and the credit has to come back, and because otherwise it will become an NPA in the books of account and all. So repayment is one of the foremost thing when a banker takes a decision about sanctioning the loan comes to their mind. And the succor comes by way of risk mitigation, so by way of insurance. And now we will listen to Mr. Neelam Gupta, Head Agriculture, JB Boda Group. And he will, while talking about the JB Boda Group's insurance sector portfolio in agriculture, I would also request him to see that how best you are in a position to have a portfolio kind of an approach in risk mitigation, rather than just focusing only on a crop insurance or animal insurance and all. Is there any, at least if it is not there and all, futuristic manner and all? So can we take a household and can we bundle it together and say that a household based insurance covering crop insurance, animal insurance and personal insurance, everything put together as a one single basket and all. So over to Mr. Neelam Gupta.
So thank you Agriculture today for inviting me to speak on this forum. And as we all know that this panel is gathered here to speak on credit and insurance. And insurance is an integral part of credit. We all know that. Mr. Rajesh also said that credit and insurance goes hand to hand, bundled. So I will just give an example. Whenever we take a home loan, so bankers themselves give you insurance whether you agree to it or you don't agree to it. So another example I give you, I took a home loan, and later on I saw my documents and I saw that loan was being bundled. So I went to State Bank and I said that I don't want this insurance and you cannot give me insurance without my consent. So a State Bank official said to me, sir, this is mandatory, and if you don't take insurance with us, we are going to cancel the loan. So this is to me, who is expert into insurance, who has been an insurance from 20 years, I cannot deny that to State Bank of India. So in a country like India, insurance is being sold like this. If you go and sell insurance to someone, he or she will never agree. Motor insurance, why people are taking? Because that is mandatory. We renew insurance on the last day. Health insurance, why most of the health insurance is being sold during Corona period? Because Max, like hospitals like Max were charging a bill of 20 to 25 lakhs on one admission. So people got aware about health insurance. So now we are talking about insurance for farmers, insurance for corporates, which is something very difficult to sell. So why I am giving you example, because insurance is something that even if a customer is educated and he or she knows about it, he takes it on the last priority. But insurance is a must product, whether it comes to life insurance or a general insurance. So this why I want to bring in a notice. And when we talk about credit insurance for farmers, so most of the credit insurance, KCC insurance, is being insured through Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. That's a mandatory part. So what is non-mandatory about that covers only 30 to 40% of farmers. 86% of the farmers are small and older farmers. So there are non-loany farmers also who have not taken loan from the bank. They are uninsured. So we should also try to insure them, because we should also try to keep them under umbrella of insurance, and that is the task that banks and insurance companies has to do to insure them. Second, I think Mr. Rajiv Ratna also talked about loan to the corporates. So whether a bank is loaning to the corporates, what kind of insurance has gone to them, we can design a product for them, parametric or some kind of insurance for them, and that can be done. Because a lot of corporate loan is being given to lot of SMEs, agri SMEs. So such products can be designed by sitting with the banks, and brokers like JB Boda can mediate that and work on that front, and can fill the gap also. Third, some of our panelists also spoke about innovation. Definitely the product requires innovation, because the situation keeps on changing and changing. Like I was talking to one of the companies who is procuring apple from the farmers. They said that this year they have incurred very huge loss because of the events in Uttarakhand. So they asked parametric insurance from us, because the trucks and trucks of apples were loaded, and they were not being transported because of this landslide and the kind of weather uncertainty we have. So all those insurance cover are available. Just we need to understand what kind of products we can look for. We can arrange for insurance and reinsurance arrangement, and that all can be done, and some kind of innovation can also be done. Last, I want to talk about price fluctuation product. We're also working on certain new products, like we saw that the price of tomato was sometimes it was 80 to 100 and now it's 16. So such new insurance products are also working, and with the help of banks and other institutes, we can work on such products with the farmers. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Neelam, for telling us about the insurance part for agriculture sector. And now we will go to another important speaker, Mr. Arun Raste. He is the MD of NCDEX. So we know NCDEX is an agency which is created more than 20 years back and by many shareholders, including NABARD. And they had been in the field of future trading as well as sport trading and all. So futures of many of the agriculture commodities, especially cotton and groundnut, soya bean, spices. So many of the crops, these futures are available and all. And so he will be telling us about the future market and how does it help farmer and all. And by and large, because of the uncertainty of the price in the market during the on spot in the mandi and all, because when a farmer takes his produce to the mandi and he will be given the price is there which is exhibited on the screen, and minus whatever mandi charge and other hamali and things of that sort and all. But the NCDEX opens up a new vistas by means of which even farmers can also earn a better income by investing through the futures and all. So over to Mr. Arun.
Thank you, Mr. Masher. Good afternoon. A difficult session because half the people are sleeping, so I'll try to wake up everybody. There are two or three things I thought, and thankfully I'm the last person, and everybody has covered some things which I wanted to speak. But something very interesting which I thought is not covered yet. When you're talking about insurance, the agri-insurance is only production linked. Nobody talks about price insurance in this country. So I come from Mumbai, and in our state, we have the maximum production of onions. Onion is a commodity which possibly, if you remember, the government of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee fell down because of onion when it went to 100 rupees a kg. And onion is also a commodity where possibly at times there are deaths of farmers because even for 10 paisa a kg, people are not willing to buy. So there are seasons when there are glut, and there are seasons where there is a scarcity. And this is not only onions, we call it top: tomato, onion, potato, all these three commodities. So that is one. We don't have a price insurance in this country. Second, in terms of warehousing. Now, KCC is something which everybody is aware of, and KCC became popular because in terms of returns to farmers, it's the cheapest because you get some 3 or 4% subvention. But for pledge financing, there is no subvention. Hopefully, Mr. Kidwai, probably if he is coming here, he is coming out with a scheme very soon. We have worked with them on that. The pledge financing also will get interest subvention. That's the second thing. Now, I just thought I should share with you an experiment which we carried out last year, because at the end of the day, we realized that markets are supreme. At the end of the day, if there are no markets for farmers, all kinds of government schemes will fail. So what we did was whether we can utilize the market mechanism to support farmers. Now, the biggest challenge which a farmer has at the time of sowing is his unawareness about what will be his. Now, what is the beauty of the product? In car insurance, if there is no accident, your 5% whatever you have paid for insurance is gone. Here, the beauty of the product which we introduced with the support of our regulator SEBI was that if at the time of harvest, the price in the market for that particular commodity is X plus probably 10%, the farmer was free to go and sell that product for X plus 10. He need not lock it, but his downside is covered. So whatever the price, his downside is covered. If he wants to have upside, if it is X plus something, he will be in a position to derive the benefit. That was the product we introduced with the support of SEBI. Fortunately for us, some people in the government and banking sector, they like that product. At the moment, we are speaking to NABARD. Hopefully, we should launch it on a larger scale soon. So that is the price insurance, equivalent of a price insurance, which is missing in this country. The second thing which I think Rajesh spoke about, the pledge financing. Now, one of the things which we realize, and there are a lot of bankers here, and fortunately somebody from State Bank is here who is the largest supporter of electronic negotiable warehouse receipts. Now, what happens is when the farmer gets his crop out, he has only two means. One, he can go to the APMC and whatever the prevailing rate, he has to sell it on that particular day and return, and most of the times he or she gets fleeced. The other option is go to the warehouses, keep your goods in the warehouse, and then avail bank finance against that. And that electronically was not possible about 4 years ago. So there are two entities in this country. One of them is our subsidiary, NERL, where State Bank is also a shareholder, NABARD is a shareholder. We started this, and if you remember, 2 days ago, the Parliamentary Panel on Consumer Affairs lauded WDRA, the regulator there. That pledge financing, which was about 732 crores about 4 years ago, doubled 3 years ago, increased to 2,400 crore last year. It's already done about 3,000 crore this year till November. So that number is going up. And 85% of that is one of my subsidiary who is doing it. Now, what is the beauty of that? The farmer pledges whatever goods he has produced, he puts in the warehouse, and the banks finance them electronically. Now, there is no physical transfers. Because of this, there are two things which happen. Bank finance is coming to this particular sector. So they are out of the informal financing. And second is, the farmer is free to break his products. Whenever he wants to sell, he sells it. He takes out goods. It's just like normal warehousing. So that is something which has been made available in last 4 years. That's a new thing which has come up. And as I said, it is growing year on year 100%. And hopefully with the new scheme which our Home Minister said that every block will have a warehouse, this is going to grew manifold. The last bit, and that is again taking it from Rajesh ji. Microfinance has already introduced, RBI has given permission that 50% of the microfinance loans can be used for consumption loans. There will be a need for bankers to look at this particular aspect going forward. So I'm thankful to Agriculture today for organizing this, but when they do the recommendations at the end of this workshop, possibly they should be looking at some of these. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun, for a very succinct and cogent information about the future and other what the pilot NCDX has been trying and all. Hopefully, I think once this becomes a policy and the guidelines are issued, and if it is extended over India and all, definitely it will be a boon to the farming community and all, I believe. So I think now that we have completed, so now I'll just come back, just wrapping up with my esteemed panelists. So Mr. Rajesh Srivastava, if you have to say in one single sentence, how will you tell us about the structured financing?
So there's no structured response to it. But I think basically structured finance means that you customize your product according to the needs of a particular situation and don't get bound or beholden to a particular philosophy of financing. That's important. So whether you need at link A or link B or link C, you customize your product according to that. So I mentioned a few things, for instance here, which is what like warehouse financing is structured finance. You can also, consumption loans also is a structured finance. But, you know, we go beyond, much beyond, and one can talk about receivable securitization, all of that becomes structured. So I don't want to complicate things too much, but in our parlance in banking, I think one of the things which we have learned is structured securitization of various things, rents, lease rents, whatever. But I don't think that's the topic of here today. But suffice it to say that that is very, very important for agri and food processing, that, you know, the bankers also most definitely, you know, bridge loans, for instance. So I think it's important that you customize your products.
Thank you, Srivastava-ji. And because in the previous session we have heard much about the climate change and sustainability and all. And although briefly my friend from Jammu and Kashmir Bank mentioned about the weather data capture and the related activities and all. So being SBI being the major banks in India, so what is SBI's take on green finance or the green climate finance or green budgeting or things of that sort? Because I believe that although we know that because in the earlier session we were told that climate change adaptation and mitigation and all, if you see any of the documents of Government of India, and even for that sake even UNFCCC document and all, even India itself we have estimated something around, if I remember correctly, something around $800 billion as our requirement of fund for both adaptation and mitigation put together and all. So this is an estimation which has appeared sometime during the preparation of the what we call it as nationally determined contribution, NDC. Earlier it was INDC, intended national. And now that the country is going to get, I mean, although India is faring well and all what has been made out in the morning session and all, but nonetheless, I think down the line, it is clear that every institution, be it government, be it bank, be it consultancy organization, be it a private company, be it a corporate, all our institutions are bound to do the manner they do the business in such a manner that there has to be some green element in that. In such a manner that that emission, either it has to come down if it is an industry, and even if it is a banking sector and all, it has to be the much more focus on the green financing and climate financing. So we'll just listen just a brief about SBI's foray into these sectors.
So State Bank of India has always been for sustainability actually, and just to share with you, our value statement is steps, S. The first S is service, then transparency, ethics, politeness, and then the last one is sustainability. So that is actually embedded in our value statement itself. And yes, other than agri segment, actually, we are already having so many schemes where we are doing this climate financing also. In agri, business also, now what we have done is we have gone with some green budgeting. So we have green budgeting for our branches, and we have identified certain activities which will be covered under green financing actually. So that is how we are focusing on the sustainability and climate related products also. The bank is already working on coming out with certain new products actually, wherein the benefits of climate financing will be passed on to the agriculture borrowers also. Being the largest bank of the country, actually, this is our ultimate responsibility actually, and we are working on that only, sir.
So thank you, Srivastavaji. And J&K Bank, anything you have done on green financing or climate financing? If you can.
Yes, sir. In case of J&K Bank, we are highly committed to the green mobility space actually. We are tying up with most of the OEMs in the this EV space for special financing products at a very, I'll not say subsidized, but very competitive rates. Plus, second is we are financing, we have a customized product for the residents of J&K and Ladakh UT for rooftop solar financing. That's how we are going about it.
So thank you, Rakesh ji. And insurance, quickly, can you just wrap up what you said in your earlier?
So as we are talking about product innovation, several kind of blended insurance product can be customized as per requirement, because insurance products are like for motor there is a product, for health there is a product, but for different finance requirement there can be a different product. So blended products can be worked in terms of agriculture, whether it's the new product we are talking about price fluctuation, that can be blended with satellite based insurance or parametric insurance products. So this is my say about insurance product. Thank you.
So thank you. I think now Arun Rasa has already told about our the NCDX initiation into the pilot in Tamil Nadu. So I mean, I just wanted to know in what manner because in earlier session also there was a mention about the cooperative banks, and even our Sriyabasa ji also talked about the cooperative banks and all. So in that pilot project, what will be the role of the cooperative bank, whether it is a DCCP or banks?
So in addition to what you asked, let me mention two things. One, we'll be introducing carbon futures in this country. Our proposal is already with SEBI. And we're also looking at weather futures, because in US if you go, you have futures for snow. So weather futures is something we are working with policymakers at this juncture. In a year's time, we should have weather futures. The last sentence, because the time is up, as far as PACs, DCCBs and warehousing is concerned, the idea is the money should be within the system. So DCCB lends to the farmers. DCCB also, though PACs construct the warehouse, so the pledge financing and production credit both will be linked to each other, and there won't be any opportunity for any NPAs to rise because the money will be within the system. That's the idea, and NABARD is supporting that. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun, and I think with this we are closing this session. So I, on behalf of Agriculture India today, and on my personal behalf, I thank profusely Mr. Rakesh Magotra, DGM Jammu and Kashmir Bank, Rajesh Srivastava, Chairman Provost Advisories, and Neelam Gupta, Head Agriculture JB Boda Group, Mr. Rajiv Ratna Srivastava, DGM SBI, and Mr. Arun Raste, MD NCDX. So with this, we close the session. Thank you the audience for the patient listening to us. Thank you.
Thank you. I would request Ranjana ma'am to kindly do the honors of presenting a token of gratitude to all our panelists, as I request everyone to kindly step forward for a group photograph. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for that wonderful deliberations we had from all our eminent panelists. And I would request everyone to kindly remain seated as we are straight away moving to the next session, where we have combined our two sessions. Both were on precision agriculture for a profitable farming and the CEO's panel on future agriculture. Due to paucity of time, we have combined the two sessions. We would request everyone to kindly remain seated while we do up the top table. And ladies and gentlemen, post this session, we will have the awards presentation ceremony. Thank you.
ये दो भी लगा दें। हाँ तीनों लगाओ ये। 11 चाहिए हमें।
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite on stage our distinguished moderator for this combined session, Mr. Kalyan Goswami, DG ACFI. Let's put our hands together to welcome Sir. I also invite our eminent panelist, Ms. Reena Soni, Executive Director, HIFO International, Mr. Devratta Sarkar, Vice President, LG Energy, Mr. A.K. Tyagi, Executive Director, Haldirams. I invite Mr. Raju Kapoor, Director, FMC India Limited. I invite Mr. T.B.S. Rajput, Senior Vice President, Soil Conservation Society of India. I invite Dr. Praful Gatke, CEO, Myomi Technologies. I invite Mr. Utsav Mishra, Director, Agriculture, Ernst & Young. I invite Mr. Gaurav Sharma, Vice President, Head of Global Agribusiness Research, Accenture. I invite Mr. Dr. Dinesh Chauhan, Vice President, Dehat. And also invite Dr. Samresh Dwivedi, President, R&D, VCA Healthcare.
So we're just getting one more chair. ये रखवा दो। राजू भैया एक कुर्सी दो ना ऊपर इधर तक एक दे दो फिलहाल। So we have a chair here.
So ladies and gentlemen, once again we have combined the two sessions, Precision Agriculture for Profitable Farming and CEO's panel on Future Agriculture, with our moderator being Mr. Kalyan Goswami, he is Director General ACFI, And I now hand over to Sir. Sir, may I request you to kindly conclude the session before 5 o'clock, as the Honorable Minister would be gracing the occasion and we have the award presentation ceremony. Over to you, sir.
So meanwhile, we are getting the chair.
Madam, what is the timeline?
By 5 o'clock, if you could.
5 o'clock. And what? Chalega. So how many panelists are there?
So
1,
you have
2,
10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has become like an election rally. Huh?
So about like 6 to 7 minutes each would be fine, sir.
So the panelists are Ms. Reena Soni, Madam, Debabrata Sarkar ji, my old friend E.K. Tyagi ji, Tyagi sahab, and my elder brother Raju Kapoor sahab. He was supposed to chair, I don't know why he has put me on job. TVS Rajput ji and Praful Gatke ji, Praful ji, Utshab Mishra, Utshab, okay, and then Gaurav, I just got introduced with Gaurav, Dinesh Chauhan ji, my old friend, so I have changed okay, and Samresh Divedi, Samresh ji. Yesterday, I was talking to MJ Khan sir. I told him that precision agriculture, how come it has become a different, panel? It should be merged with my panel, which I am supposed to chair. That is the CEO panel for the future agriculture, because precision agriculture is going to be the future. So let us merge these two. That was my suggestion, and finally it happened. So let me start with giving the background. We should know the reality before we talk very, we project colorful picture. We should know the reality of Indian agriculture. In 1947, when we got the freedom, that time the biggest challenge was food security. And finally, the policy makers, they thought of Green Revolution, which happened in 1964, 66 to 1972. 55 years gone. So we'll come back to it. That did we progress much after that? Maybe we have progressed, but how much? Are we happy with that? That's a big question. 1947, although that time, below poverty line concept was not there. The concept came in 1962 through Planning Commission of India. But in 1947, the poor, they used to say poor, the percentage of poor Indian was 83%. 1962, when the below poverty line concept was introduced, it was 43%. But that is for the overall Indians. In rural, it was more than 80% remained below poverty line in 1962. And what is the situation now? Now, as per government record, in rural India, the below poverty line is 24%. And overall India, it is 10.2%. Why again and again I am saying rural India, why I am focusing on rural India? As because they survive, their livelihood runs on agriculture. Coming back again, you all are suited, booted people. We love to talk in the event, chairing the session, moderating the session, giving lecture. But the reality is really something different. I'll just tell you one story, and before that, after that, I'll come to the panelist. When the WhatsApp came, I'm not saying the year. When the WhatsApp came, that year I was traveling with a very senior official in Telangana AP area. So that official, he used to take care of the pricing of seed. So we are traveling and we are in Hanmakunda, and he saw some good plants, हरा भरा कुछ खेत दिखाई दिया. उन्होंने मुझे कहा ये क्या है. Although I know क्या है, I told it is BT cotton. He took a photograph and he has posted in his group. They have a group of senior people. After half an hour, he saw the WhatsApp. Everyone started writing, this is not BT cotton, this is soybean. So ये देश का हाल है. हम जो suited booted आदमी हैं, हम लोगों का यही हाल है. I am doing the pricing for BT cotton for donkey years, but I don't know what is BT cotton. So how do I know the woes of the farmers? Anyway, I won't lend them. I'll come to Raju Kapoor sir at the last, because he is the policy person and he's a very senior man. He guides us for the policy. And nowadays, sustainable is the buzzword. Everyone is talking about sustainable agriculture. What is the need of sustainable agriculture? Now, let me tell my fellow panelists here, you all should take 3 minutes. Then again I'll come back. And let us make it an interactive session. Immediately after lunch, people might be feeling sleepy. So let us make it interactive. So don't take more than 3 minutes. I'll come back again.
Thank you. It's a big panel, and good evening. So let me quickly get into the topic first. I think we have a very serious question about sustainability. But let me give you some numbers. The biggest challenge today is that we are living in a world where it is designated as the farming is left for next 60 years. So I will talk about only 2 things. One is the future of agriculture, whether we talk about precision agriculture, whatever. It remains on 2 things. One is definitely soil health, where the crop grows, and the second piece of it is food security, which he has already touched base. When I talk about soil health, the reality is that as per FAO and UN document, we are left with 60 years of agriculture left. Why so? Because of tremendous amount of soil degradation and erosion. Every single minute, we are losing 30 football field of soil, every single minute. That's huge, right? And this way, if we go, by 2060, there will not be any soil left as a topsoil. And a lot of people are here from agriculture, but let me tell you, the first 8 centimeter of soil, we call it as a topsoil, and 3 centimeter of topsoil, to build it up, it takes 1,000 years. 1,000 years. So obviously, when you talk about sustainability, I know what kind of consistency and what kind of perseverance we all need to put through. So you can understand that why soil is important, because without the topsoil, there is no crop. So that's so very important. So there comes a question of sustainability and how do we do the sustainable farming. Second point is, food security. How do we food security? We have doubled our production in the last 2 decades. But the reality is that beyond 2014, the hunger index has gone up so significantly. That means what we produce are not available for the needy, those who need it. And alone in 2021, more than 3.2 billion people, world population, could not afford a healthy meal. And in this year, the figure is 2.3 billion people who cannot afford a nutritious food. So this is horrible. So we really need to look at, on a very serious scale, what would be the future agriculture and how precision farming looks like. So obviously the sustainable farming we need to do. We need to protect the soil. We need to optimize our, cropping pattern. We need to use more, soil, protecting crops. We need to use more, optimize our use of biofertilizer, kind of products which can help the soil to, protect and keep our soil intact. The health of soil can be intact. And definitely when we talk about optimization, I think precision agriculture plays a very important role. Although we are a country where the fragmented and small farmers are the main base, so it requires a lot of collaborative and cooperative approach, because we are not living in the US or the places where a farm size is of 500 hectares, where precision agriculture is not a problem. We do have problem, but I think we can have a customized solution to that. I think we have a huge panel to discuss this. So thank you. I think I'm running short of time, right? So it's okay.
Many thanks, Debabhata Sarkar. Like I'll go to TVS Rajput, and I think.
Permission for showing pictures, because people say that a picture speaks for 1,000 words. So
Yeah, but 3 minutes.
I'd like to put down my words by 1,000 times, and just finish in the figures.
3 minutes. Yeah.
Can I help?
Sure.
Well, friends, we are talking of precision farming. Precision farming, traditionally we understand that variable rate application of inputs. And what are those? Soil, water, fertilizer and all that. But the main ingredient is water, and that's what I am going to speak. I will just take as quickly as possible, but I would like you to see the pictures, not read the text. Today we have all specialized machinery available for sowing of different crops, for harvesting of different crops, for interculture in different crops. But I tell you, the negative part is they are very expensive and our farmers can't afford. So the only way out is higher purchase basis through government policy and finance. Now, why micro irrigation? I will just say one sentence. For you all know, we have only 4% water of the world, 2.5% of the land mass, and 16 to 17% of the population. So you can understand what is the pressure on our natural resources as far as agriculture is concerned. Now, with this limited water, we have to produce as much. And the only possibility is that we go for very efficient water application method, that is micro. Now see our canal systems. I am not very happy to tell you that our canal systems today efficiency is 38%. Rest of the water is going waste. And that's why PMKSY in the Prime Minister said that let us do something about it, let us increase the efficiency of canal irrigation system. And how the micro irrigation came as a savior, I will just give you a few examples. I need not tell, micro irrigation saves energy, saves water, increases yield and all sort of. Now, it's not me, it's the government of India. You can just see how many times the government has intervened by way of policy, adjusting to the real need and modifying their own objectives every time. You can just see all three blue dots, they are different interventions by the central government. The picture that you are seeing, the result is our horticulture production exceeded the grains production The reason is only micro irrigation. Now, farmers are very aware. They don't want anything else. Prime Minister also said, water for everyone. But now, where is the water? And how can you spread the water all through the country? I'll just take only the important thing. Now, micro irrigation. It is the only possibility of automation of complete agriculture. Without micro irrigation, it's just not possible. So, for future agriculture, smart agriculture, whatever you call, it is through only micro irrigation is possible.
Sir, you have to stop here and because other panelists are there.
Okay.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you.
No, this presentation I will not take again.
That's okay.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay. See if you have. Now, what you are seeing here, that expansion, horizontal expansion of irrigation from canals through different means that you are seeing here. The largest drip irrigation system, single head, exists in India, in Karnataka, and it is working. Now, micro irrigation has made possible agriculture in hills and in deserts. Otherwise, it was just not possible. And just if you combine it with soilless media, all sort of agriculture that you are seeing, we call vertical farming and whatnot. This all is also being done because of micro. Thank you very much.
Sorry to disturb you. As such, we have paucity of time.
Yeah.
So now I should request Reena Soni madam to speak on the farmer engagement that is very much needed. Why? As we till at this point of time, take this one. At this point of time, 86% of our farmers are marginal farmers. And if you look at the land holding, they hold only 43% of the land. Let us know the truth. And then, if we talk about the land less farming laborers, as per our government of India, it is 8 to 9 crore. So now, how to keep them engaged? I want to hear from you, madam.
So when you were asking everybody and when you started the session, you said that yesterday when you were talking to Mr. Khan, you said the future of agriculture is, combining precision and you should combine the two panels. And I feel the future of agriculture is smallholder farmers. Unless and until the policy makers and all of us keep them at the center, we will
and tools, machineries, finance, fertilizers, pesticides. So here it is important to optimize the results, optimize the uses of those inputs. Those are reducing the production cost and will contribute in doubling the farmer's income certainly. So here decision support system of timely application of those resources is important, and here technology can play an important role where the precision farming is in technology which will be the decision support system, which is a decision support system which helps to optimize the results of those inputs and factors for the farmers. So here precision farming is important, which is optimizing the results, but it should be within the Indian context for the small landholding farmers. Usually whatever the things we have in the market currently are considering the large landholding farmers, but the larger market is the small landholding farmers and with the many pens and problems with them. So here these technologies should be easy and economical. So many startups are working in this regard. They've been delivering the things. Even we are the startups funded under RKV by Raftar, and one of the better example of this, which we have, soil testing for the organic farming is soil microbial health analysis, which takes 3 days and around 10,000 rupees cost. But we have developed a kit which on farm analyzes the soil microbial health essential for the organic farming or the conventional farming merely in 3 hours and only at rupees of 310. And that too on field, farmer can use it easily. So this way easy and economical technologies are necessary to optimize the results of the inputs. Those will help the farmer in taking timely decisions. Those will certainly reduce their production costs and will be helpful in the doubling of farmers' income. Moreover, literacy amongst the farmer is one of the important concerns. So with the help of technology, we can deliver the literacy awareness for the technology, and we should ask them to comply with the new technological approach through the extension. So this could be done. Thank you.
So as such, what I told in the beginning, the biggest challenge of India is that, 86% of the farming community is marginal farmers. You are talking about adhering to the technologies. जिनको खाना पीना नहीं मिलता है, वो technology में. So that biggest challenge. I come to that to Dinesh ji. Let us hear from Utsav Mishra. He is the director, agriculture, E&Y. That how you like to talk from there?
I'm comfortable. Yeah.
PPT, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, so anyway, I'm joking. So just take 3 minutes. Time.
Sure.
Okay. How the consultant organization can help and guide us.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I know it's that time of the hour when it's difficult to stay awake, so I'll be short and I'll try to be on the point. So I think myriad of topics have been discussed here on what has to be done on agriculture, what is the seed problem, and where to start with. So I will just start again with a recap that, the problem that we are facing is the global economy. It is going to reach by 2050, it's going to be 10 billion people. And that would mean, what does it mean? It means we need 1 billion tons of more grains, rice, cereals, etc. 200 million more tons of, livestock. And what does it mean? Where it is going to come from? Do we have the land? No. Probably the land is already, utilized. It might go up by another 5%. So most of this, and on top of that, we have, various restrictions due to sustainability, due to limiting the residual effects. So all of this has to come from increase in yields in our agriculture system, and that too with minimal residual effects. And if I talk about agriculture, we have seen from 1900s, earlier, today we are at agriculture 4.0, and we started from agriculture 1.0 when, we did agriculture using some basic implements and, human and animal power. And in 1950s and 60s, there was introduction of mechanization, large equipment, HYVs, agrochemicals, which boosted production. Then the third revolution was in 90s, when it was mostly driven by automation and GPS-based remote sensing, etc. If you look at all these three earlier revolutions, they were mainly focused on developing or improving the productivity in agriculture. While now when we are in Agriculture 4.0, this revolution is more about ubiquitous sensors. It's about not just about improving the productivity, but improving the entire value chain and overhauling the entire value chain in agriculture, right from inputs to developing market linkages. And how we can do it. So precision agriculture is definitely the answer, but through the sensors. Like earlier when we used to think of technology, we used to think of technology as an enabler. But now it's no more an enabler, it's more of, I would say, the heart of the entire ecosystem. And through use of these ubiquitous sensors, everything is interconnected. We'll have the real-time data are available. The sensors and IoT technologies, they are progressively becoming cheaper. So it's more easier to implement precision farming this day. And I would like to mention, some of the initiatives that government is taking, and we are proud to be part of some of the path-breaking things in agri for the last 1 or 2 decades. In the previous session, Arun talked about WDRA. So we were, pioneers in developing the system for electronic negotiable warehouse receipts, basically to help farmers and traders to avoid distress sale. And now we are working on AgriStack. So like, my sir just talked about, that do we understand the farmer first? So AgriStack is trying to, solve that problem first. It aims to create a farmer registry, a crop registry, and a registry of all the, villages and the acreages where agriculture is being done. So when all of this is connected, when that database is there will be an analytics layer on top of that, which will enable, we can't imagine things which were not possible, which were probably not possible 10, 20 years back. So it will help in, directing the farm subsidies to the right beneficiaries. It will help in directing the inputs to the right people. It will help in, creating market linkages and identifying where the produce is coming from, where it is going to go. So, that's one of the initiatives. Another initiatives that we are closely working on is, developing a market intelligence unit. We are already working with several states on this, where, we are on a state level, we are collecting, while AgriStack it's taking, its own time, we have developed databases for certain states, where we have an analytics layer on top of that to tell them, okay, on which season, which commodity is going to go up, which commodities prices are going to soar. So which commodities you need to plant now to be able to reap the benefits later. And where the demand is going to come from, which regions of the country. So that's very important. And last but not the least, I would say, when we talk about sustainability, I have been talking to several scientists in ICAR. And every time there is some new technology they are working on. But I think we need to step back and think, where are we going to go? Half of our country this year was in drought, and half of the country was in floods. So where do we grow the food? So we have to think about some climate resilient varieties, and most of these climate resilient varieties, believe me, they require precision agriculture, and that's why precision agriculture is required. And how another initiative as consultants, what we have successfully done is in Karnataka, where we did micro drip irrigation, probably the largest project in the world, doing in agriculture over 5 lakh hectares of land through micro drips. And what happens in most of the cases is, whenever a consultant comes, they typically focus on one side of the problem. Either it is production, or it is some input supply, or it is some market linkages. So what happens is, when you are focusing too much on the production, you end up producing a lot, and you don't know where to sell. So that's a huge problem. Agriculture has been facing that. And so what we did in Karnataka.
Utsha, we have to stop here. We'll come back to you.
Sure.
Come back to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. As such, your name is a nice name. Utsha means celebration. So hope that we can celebrate. We can celebrate and cheer the prospect and future and doubling farming income. Again, I'm using the word. It's a nice word, right? Sure. I'll come to Samresh Dwivedi ji, President R&D later. Samresh ji, you want to speak now or I want to go to him? I'll just take 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Dinesh Chauhan sir, you are connected to the soil, you're born in a village, you have seen enough, O's and good things of the, farming community, right? You are into policy, you know the government policy, you know the development after the Green Revolution, it happened 55 years before, and it's not that encouraging, right? And my question will be very specific to you. What are the lackness of precision agriculture? We all talk about precision agriculture. Yeah, sure, but 3 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Kalyanji. I will come back to your question, but before that, I would like to congratulate Agriculture Today and MJ Khan Saab for successfully completion of 25 years of AT. I have been associated with this group for almost 2 decades now. For a short period of time, I was there associated with Agriculture Today group in various capacities, handled various projects. We did a lot of exciting works there. So बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आज की 25 साल पूरे हो गए. And I wish them that they will prosper more in coming days. So coming back to the question and the topic, like precision agriculture, its importance and relevance in Indian agriculture. This year has been very interesting. I was there in Moscow a couple of months back, where I was invited by Russian government to speak on future of India and how to feed India by 2050. Last month I was there in Riyadh, where again I was talking about like agriculture food supply chain challenges in agriculture food supply chain in India. Currently I am taking care of businesses in Dehat, which happens to be the largest agri-tech platform in India. At Dehat, we connect more than 2 million farmers across more than 160 plus districts in India, working in more than 12 plus states. We are handling more than 32 plus commodities. And precision agriculture is one part of the entire ecosystem where we work with various stakeholders in the entire value chain. अगर बात करें precision agriculture की तो precision agriculture is not very new. It started, I think, when we actually started to do geo tagging of farm plots, right? So it started way back then when we started to analyze data and how farmers' field looks like and all those things. And later on, there are a lot of technologies which came up in this process: IoT, sensors, and technologies, machine learning, AI. We, as an organization, also use a lot of technologies to connect stakeholders, small and marginal farmers. Coming back to the challenges, some of the biggest challenges like the cost of these technologies. So the cost becomes very high. Maybe it has gone down, but still significantly high if we talk about small and marginal farmers, especially in countries like India. Second is like security of the data, right? So because we share a lot of data over systems and sensors, and how to protect that data. So we need to ensure that whatever data is there with various stakeholders in this entire system, how to ensure the security of that, right? So that is also becomes very important. If I talk about implementation part, where when we go and implement precision technologies at the ground level, then adoption of technology becomes another challenge, right? So since we already work with a lot of small and marginal farmers here in India, we have ourselves observed that it's very easy to say, to talk in the boardroom and with the product managers that these are technologies we are going to do, digitization of the field, and we are going to provide farming platform to the farmers, or maybe platform for various agri-input companies on the back end to help them to enable. There are a lot of my friends and colleagues sitting here to whom we also provide services like providing them data intelligence on what is actually happening on the ground. But implementation is very tedious task. How to make that farmer use that technology, how to implement it. And then second part is how to make it scalable to an extent where it can be implemented to the larger section of the society. Until and unless these technologies are adopted, until and unless these technologies are scalable, I don't think that will actually make an impact. But looking at the rate at which the population is growing, as looking at the rate at which we are impacted by the climate change, I think there is no other way around, right? So because if we see that the kind of population we have to feed, precision agriculture has to be there. अभी मैं थोड़े दिन पहले एक कॉन्फ्रेंस में भी था और वहाँ पे मैंने देखा भारत की कुछ और कंपनीज थी, मैं नाम नहीं लूँगा यहाँ से, बट उन्होंने भी भारी सारी टेक्नोलॉजी मुझे दिखाई कि ये सेंसर है जिससे हम सॉइल मॉइस्चर को ले सकते हैं और ये हम इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं फील्ड में। तो मैंने उनसे एक ही सवाल पूछा था, इसको बॉस करने में चैलेंज क्या है, और दूसरा इसका कॉस्ट कितना होने वाला है, ठीक है। सो क्योंकि उसका एक कॉस्ट है, फिर उसको रिकवर करने के लिए टाइम लगेगा, और उसमें चैलेंजेस क्या हैं। तो बहुत छोटा सा चैलेंज आ गया कि लोग इसको निकाल के भी ले जा सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो मैंने सेंसर लगाया हुआ है खेत में और कोई निकाल के लेके चला जाएगा उसको, ठीक है। मैं उसको कैसे इंस्टॉल करूंगा, फिर देन देयर में भी कनेक्टिविटी इशू, कॉस्ट ऑब्वियसली इज वेरी हाई। लेट्स से लेट द कॉस्ट ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी वाज लेट्स से समवेयर अराउंड 1 लाख रुपीस, राइट। सो एंड देन इंस्टॉलेशन कॉस्ट इज अनदर थिंग। सो अभी वो 1 लाख रुपए एडिशनल कॉस्ट के बाद वी हैव टू सी दैट व्हाट बेनिफिट इट इज गोइंग टू गिव एक्चुअली, राइट। वेदर वी नीड टू हैव द टेक्नोलॉजी वेयर वी जस्ट बाय a satellite image, if I can use that technology and tell that the soil moisture content is X%, and अगर उससे काम चलता है तो whether it is actually required to have a sensor on the ground or not. So we have to see the viability of those technologies as well. So there have been a lot of technology which are happening on the ground, but keeping all these things in the mind, which is very important to actually make those technologies scalable on the ground and have to have real impact of this, and adoption becomes a big challenge. So with these words, I would like to stop here. Maybe I am open to any questions and queries later on. Thank you.
Many thanks to Dr. Chauhan. You are right. There are a number of issues, but we have to, we shall overcome, and we shall overcome someday. Now let us come to research and development, R&D. In India, R&D has become relaxed and dream. So from that point of view, relax and dream, how it can be converted to research and development, I invite Dr. Samresh Dwivedi.
Thank you, firstly, Agriculture Today, and thank you, Chairman, for directly putting that question, and without going into definitions and other things which my eminent panel has already done. I would give 2 specific examples crop-wise where actually precision agriculture did make an impact, and also with respect to climate resilient crops, I would also come to and address that particular issue. These are staggering around 900 kgs to maximum 1 ton per hectare. So what precisely we did in the system? We took a variety or a genotype which is available in the public domain. It was a Agriculture Research Institute variety MSCS 1188, and we did this trial in Maharashtra at 4 locations: Amravati, Yavatmal, Wardha, and the other 4th location, there was a 4th location, I'll come to it. So what we did different is that we understood what is the problem in soybean. Soybean, when the farmer sows, it starts with the seed itself. There is only 50% germination. So we assured that what is the germination percentage, and then we applied a FIR technique, which is fumigation, fungicide, insecticide, along with the rhizobium in that order and sequence. And believe me, what has happened, I took DDG Dr. Sandhu, who did his PhD on soybean. So I showed him a crop of soybean in Amravati. I said, you will have to fly to Nagpur and I will take you thereafter. And he told, this is soybean in India. And you will believe that it is 3.5 tons per hectare. And not on 1 acre basis, it was on 10 hectare land. So he said, do my KVK people know about this plot? I said, it is happening in farmer's plot. So the best way to do the precision farming is to involve the farmers. The second example I would take of wheat in Samastipur, Bihar. Wheat, when we talk about yields, we talk always about Punjab and Haryana. And this I am talking about Samastipur, and it was happy to see that the farmers, not only of that district commissioner and the deputy chief minister was there in that plot. And what was the yield? It was 6 tons per hectare. And not on 1 acre basis, again I am talking on hundreds of acres. So this is the beauty of precision farming. It's not talking about drones, it is not talking about many, but the thing, implementing things in a nice and feasible manner. You know that what happens that due to this heat wave as such in Bihar, they plant wheat very late when the water recedes. So first it starts with zero till mechanism, and then it goes up to how you.
Sir, the dignitaries, they have arrived.
Yeah.
So we have to stop just, now I'll.
No, it's fine. And the last thing which I wanted to tell about climate resilient agriculture is that there are alternative plants like medicinal aromatic plants which require very less resource and which can actually double the farmer's income. And during COVID time, in 7 months, a farmer in Madhya Pradesh, not one farmer, hundreds of farmers growing tulsi as a crop, they got 1 lakh rupees per acre. In 7 months, 1 lakh per acre is not by no means a joke, and it is not doubling, it is tripling 4 times.
Sir, let us stop here, as because like we have eminent expert, and my elder brother Raju Kapoor Sahib is there. He is expert in policy matters, and I told in the beginning itself my question is going to be very tough for you. And like I don't know, you are an industry person, definitely you will talk in favor of the industry. So every policy maker, they talk about less governance. Last 9 years, I'm very blunt, last 9 years, I know regulation is very much needed, policy is very much needed, that's true. But that should help the entire farming fraternity. If we close our eyes and make the policy and think that the industry is enemy, then everything goes, right? From that point of view, how the policy framework should be down the line, looking at the entire, entire thing and entire scenario. From the beginning I'm telling that, like we are doing agriculture sitting in the air-conditioned room only. We are not considering the woes and the problems of the farmers, right? So, sir, to you.
Thank you very much. I think this is a...
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. The minister is already here, and we need to close this session now.
Just.
Okay, sir.
Just 3 minutes.
I think, so this is where the challenge is. If the minister is there, he should not listen to the policymaker, to the industry or the consumer, for whom he has to devise policy. So this is where the crux of the problem lies. So I think let's understand one thing. We are at a very interesting juncture in history of the country today, with a very aspirational Prime Minister who's leading from the front, who's trying to make a Viksit Bharat, and the road to Viksit Bharat has definitely to go through agriculture. This is where I think the real, the other part which I highlight from him is that he has always been talking about role of private sector in larger development of the country as a whole, but agriculture in specific. So with this thing, I think one thing is very certain, that policy making cannot happen by keeping the private industry outside of the policy domain. All the policy will have to be inclusive, because the delivery has to happen at the grassroots, and the delivery is only to be driven by or delivered by the entrepreneurs. So when I'm saying private industry, I'm talking about entrepreneurs right down to the village level entrepreneur. Everybody, all of them are industry basically. So what is very critical, very crucial is basically 3 or 4 things. One thing is government and the regulators have to partner this larger dream. They cannot think of themselves as roadblockers or what we call as the speed breakers. So the roles have to be redefined. In a Viksit Bharat, a regulator should be named facilitator. That's one major, what should I say, attitude shift that we will have to have as a country. Second thing is, the role of innovation will have to be appreciated. Now the role of innovation clearly is, because we are sitting at something like 30 to 50% of the productivity of global levels today, amongst all the crops across the board. Now how do you go to those upper levels? We go through technology. How will the technology happen? It will happen through our R&D, innovation, and making sure that the time between the time to innovate and time to deliver at the farmer is minimized and customized as per the farmer need.
If it is a smallholder farmer, need customized to the small technologies. We also need to understand that we are at a very difficult spot. The water levels have gone down so drastically low. Soil structures, I think something like 60 to 70% of the soils are literally becoming sand rather than soil. So what do you do on sustainability related issue? Third and more important thing is the need of the consumers. The consumers are demanding a new wellness delivery through food. You know, earlier people were very happy taking allopathic, but now after the COVID, everybody wants wellness. So that's how we saw our country's exports zoom, because we had those kind of ethos in the country, and the products were designed very quickly to deliver that. So how can we feed the global population with wellness food items? That's another area. So a consensus, largely a policy consensus between the entire country at the top, and delivery, homogeneous and precise delivery. The last thing on top of it is stewardship of the technology. The technologies will have to be stewarded in a manner where it is useful, where it is clearly understood by the most illiterate farmer also. He should also be able to drive the technology down to derive the right outcomes. And this is where I think what would make very important is breaking the barriers, breaking the silos that have been created between academics, the research community, the regulators, the industry, the farmers, the users. All of them are singing their own songs. Can we all of us sing Jana Gana Man together for agriculture? If we do that, I'm very sure the day is not far away. Look at what's happening geopolitically. We have an excellent opportunity today to be a major food hub of the world, not India. I think in India we will take care of the food, no worries. I don't see a challenge there. Our only challenge is basically nutrition. How do we get nutritive food available to the population? But in terms of feeding the world, I think we will definitely.
Sir, I'm extremely sorry to
Thank you so
interrupt
much.
you, sir. The minister
It's okay,
has
we are ending
very
here,
little
madam.
time.
We are ending here, and many thanks to my co-panelists. I promise we'll give 1 minute to each, so we can go out and talk for 20 minutes, you know. I think that's better. And very good discussions. Wish we had
Yes, sir,
little
definitely.
more time.
We also wish
Raju
we had
Kapoor, sir,
more
many
time.
thanks, you know, like many thanks. Thanks
And
to everyone.
Can we have a
Thanks
quick
to
group photograph, sir?
Oh, sure, definitely.
एक मिनट पहले वो उठा रही थी हैंड ओवर कर दी तो मेरे बैग दे दो एक जना बैग दे दो इसको दे विनीता को ये बैग एक ही लगा दो तो बैग डाल के तो दे विनीता को दे दो विनीता को तो आगे जाने को
Thank you.
कहाँ जा रहे सर?
अरे वो दूसरी जगह यार, आरती अग्रवाल
वो वहाँ चलें क्या?
जाना पड़ेगा।
मैं कल तो बोल के गए थे मुझे भी शाम के यहाँ।
अरे वो भाई
Chairman, Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture. आप सभी से निवेदन है कृपया अपने स्थान ग्रहण कर लें और मोबाइल फोन्स को साइलेंट मोड पर रखें। नमस्कार एंड गुड इवनिंग। माननीय मुख्य अतिथि श्री अर्जुन मुंडा जी, माननीय राज्य मंत्री कृषि एवं किसान कल्याण मंत्रालय भारत सरकार, मंचासीन वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, विशिष्ट अतिथिगण, माननीय पुरस्कार विजेता देवियों और सज्जनों, 14वें कृषि लीडरशिप पुरस्कार 2023 के पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह में आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है। आज यह हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं माननीय मंत्रीगण एवं वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, और निवेदन है डॉक्टर एमजे खान से कृपया वह पुष्प और पौधा भेंट कर स्वागत और सत्कार करें माननीय मुख्य अतिथि श्री अर्जुन मुंडा जी का। और स्वागत करना चाहेंगे जस्टिस पी सत्यशिवम जी का, फॉर्मर चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया और फॉर्मर गवर्नर केरला का। और अब आप सबके समक्ष हैं एक लघु फिल्म लीडरशिप पुरस्कारों पर। लाइट्स ऑफ कर दीजिए प्लीज। फिल्म लीडरशिप अवार्ड्स पर एक फिल्म प्रस्तुत है।
Agriculture is indisputably recognized as the backbone of the country for its contribution in GDP, exports, food security and employment. But the efforts of millions of farmers, lack of scientists and thousands of policymakers, industries, extension agencies, institutions and individuals still remain unacknowledged at the national level. Agriculture Today realized the need for recognizing the efforts of millions of stakeholders who made the nation food secure and made India proud in the community of nation. The institution of Agriculture Leadership Awards in 2008 by Agriculture Today was one small step in this direction. Through this award, Agriculture Today recognized the work and contributions of different stakeholders in agriculture, from scientists to policymakers, from industry to institutions, and from farmer to extension workers. The awards strongly place on record the efforts of individuals and organizations and inspire and encourage people to put in their best. In the launch year of 2008, Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Shri Somnath Chatterjee, presented the awards to the distinguished persons from the pioneer of India's Green Revolution, Professor M.S. Swaminathan, to the pioneer of India's White Revolution, Dr. Verghese Kurian, from Dr. K.L. Chadha, pioneer of India's Golden Revolution, to Dr. E.A. Siddiqui, the breeder of Pusa Basmati rice, and Professor V.L. Chopra to Dr. R.S. Paroda, former DG ICAR, and farmers leader Sharad Joshi, to the institutions like NABARD and the best performing state in 2008, the state of Andhra Pradesh. In 2009, the Leadership Awards were presented to the equally distinguished set of achievers from Dr. Balram Jhakar for policy leadership to Dr. A.R. Kidwai for lifetime achievements, and for research achievements from Dr. R.B. Singh to Dr. H.S. Gupta and Dr. Punjab Singh. For states, from Sikkim in horticulture to Maharashtra in agriculture, and in industries from Dabur to Mahindra tractors, and from practicing farmer Mr. Sopan Kanchan to Shri Y.C. Nanda, former chairman NABARD for development. In 2011, Dr. Rita Sharma, member secretary, National Advisory Council, was recognized for policy leadership. The state of J&K for horticulture and Karnataka State for achievements in agriculture.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Purvi Mehta Bhatt for receiving the Women Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for EFRI Ventures Limited for receiving the International Business Leadership Award. Please put your hands together for PI Industries Limited for winning the Corporate Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's have a huge round of applause for Dr. Amrita Patel, Chairman National Dairy Development Board, for receiving the Lifetime Achievement Awards 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sardar Prakash Singh Badal, Honorable Chief Minister of Punjab, for receiving the Policy Initiative Leadership Award 2000. Uttar Pradesh State Agriculture Marketing Board, and receiving the award, Shri Akhilesh Mishra ji, Honorable Minister to the Chief Minister of UP, and who is also the Agri Minister. Again, put your hands together for Dr. William Dove for receiving the Lifetime Achievements Award. Put your hands together for Jain Irrigation Systems Limited. Coming to receive the award, Dr. H.P. Singh, Director, Jain Irrigation Systems Limited. And please put your hands together for Anand Mill Cooperative Union Amul for receiving the Cooperative Leadership Award. Receiving the award, Mr. R.S. Sodhi, Managing Director. And please put your hands together for Punjab National Bank. Coming to receive the award, the Managing Director, Ms. Susha. Coming to receive the award is Honorable Horticulture Minister. Please put your hands together for the State of Karnataka for winning the Best Horticulture State Award. And coming to receive the award is the Honorable Agriculture Minister and APC. Please put your hands together for the State of Chhattisgarh for winning the Best Agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. S. Ayappan, Director General ICAR, for receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Rajubhai Shroff, Chairman UPL Group, for winning the Lifetime Achievement Award in the industry category. Let's keep the applause going for Mr. Shroff. And ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for His Excellency for receiving this very prestigious award.
Agriculture Today Group welcomes you all to the 9th Agriculture Leadership Awards Presentation Ceremony 2019.
मामलों के मंत्री और कृषि एवं किसान कल्याण मंत्री श्री अर्जुन मुंडा एक प्रमुख आदिवासी नेता हैं। कम उम्र से ही सामाजिक कार्य और राजनीति में आने के बाद वे उन आदिवासियों की भलाई, वृद्धि और विकास के लिए एक चैंपियन के रूप में उभरे जो शोषित थे। कम उम्र में ही वे झारखंड आंदोलन की ओर आकर्षित हो गए। अपने क्षेत्र के जनजातीय लोगों के कल्याण में विश्वास रखने वाले उन्होंने इस मुद्दे के बारे में भावुकता से महसूस किया और आंदोलन में सक्रिय भाग लिया। 15 नवंबर 2000 को झारखंड राज्य के गठन के बाद उन्होंने आदिवासी कल्याण मंत्री के रूप में कार्य संभाला और जल्द ही उन्हें मुख्यमंत्री घोषित कर दिया गया। एक केंद्रीय कैबिनेट मंत्री के रूप में जनजातीय मामलों में अपनी विशेष विशेषज्ञता और अपने सक्षम नेतृत्व के साथ वह जनजातीय मामलों के मंत्रालय को अधिक ऊंचाइयों पर ले जा रहे हैं और वास्तव में जनजातीय आबादी को अभूतपूर्व लाभ पहुंचा रहे हैं। झारखंड के पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में उन्हें कुछ प्रसिद्ध कल्याणकारी योजनाओं और कार्यक्रमों में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई, जिनका बाद में अन्य भारतीय राज्यों ने अनुकरण किया। और यह हमारा सौभाग्य है कि आज माननीय मंत्री महोदय हम सबके बीच उपस्थित हैं और सभी विजेताओं को पुरस्कार प्रदान करेंगे। एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का। और इसी के साथ स्वागत भाषण के लिए आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी मिस अंजना नायर को। मे आई इनवाइट यू फॉर द वेलकम एड्रेस।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very happy occasion and totally unexpected of me to come over here for the welcome address. So it's with great pleasure that we would like to welcome our chief guest, Shri Mundaji, who had agreed to come and grace the occasion. So we are celebrating our 25th anniversary, and coupled with that, the 14th Agriculture Leadership Summit. So it has been an honor working for the magazine, but at the same time, it was an honor to serve the community of agriculture, which is basically a very diverse community, starting from the farmers, agriculture segment. As you all know that agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy, even though our GDP contribution, agriculture sector's GDP contribution is very less. But still, as we all have in the previous sessions heard that about 2/3 of the population of India depends upon agriculture for their livelihood. So which means basically we are catering to a huge population group by providing employment, providing nutritious food and everything. The importance of agriculture cannot be seen any less from any other sectors. And with the globalization, with the expanding economy and all that, lot of segments have come and penetrated into agriculture and become one with agriculture, especially the technology, the agri startups. It's been a tremendous journey for agriculture itself. So I would like this occasion to thank Dr. M.J. Khan for organizing this event and making this all happen. And I would welcome our chief guest, Shri Arjun Mundaji, to be here, to be with us. Then I would like to welcome Justice Sadashivam, who has been with us for a very long time throughout this journey, and also especially he's the chairman of the National Award Committee of the Agriculture Leadership Summit, and he has done a wonderful job making sure that only the true persons won. And then we have O.P. Dhankar sir. He has also been a very important part of agriculture today, and Tarun Sridhar sir, who has played a very important role in our magazine also by being the Secretary of Animal Husbandry and Fisheries. And I welcome Dr. M.J. Khan sir, Honorable Minister from Uttarakhand, for being here. Thank you sir. And finally, and most important for us, Dr. M.J. Khan, who has been a strong force behind us. I welcome you all, the delegates, the participants, and congratulations to the award winners. Thank you.
स्वागत के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और अब सभा को संबोधित करने के लिए आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे श्री तरुण श्रीधर जी को, माननीय सदस्य CAT एवं पूर्व सचिव एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, डेयरीज एंड फिशरीज।
भारत सरकार में कृषि एवं किसान कल्याण मंत्री श्री अर्जुन मुंडा जी, जस्टिस P. सदाशिवम, श्री धनकर जी, उत्तराखंड के पशुपालन आयुक्त श्री सौरभ बहुगुणा जी, डॉक्टर M.J. खान, मिस अंजना नायर और यहाँ उपस्थित सभी सम्माननीय अतिथिगण, भाई और बहनों, क्षमा चाहूँगा, मुझे पहले तो ये उम्मीद नहीं थी कि मुझे मंच पर बैठने के लिए आमंत्रित किया जाएगा। उसके बाद ये भी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि मुझे आप सभी को संबोधन करने के लिए कहा जाएगा, परंतु मैं अपने आप को गौरवान्वित महसूस कर रहा हूं कि आज इस सभा में मुझे भी आपसे 2 शब्द कहने का मौका मिला। मेरा यह भी सौभाग्य रहा है कि जस्टिस सदाशिवम की अध्यक्षता में जो राष्ट्रीय चयन समिति बनी थी, इस ज्यूरी बनी थी पारितोषिक निर्धारण करने के लिए, उसमें मैं भाग था। और मैं आप सभी को यह आश्वस्त करना चाहूँगा कि जो सैकड़ों नॉमिनेशन हमें प्राप्त हुए थे, प्रत्येक नामांकन का बहुत ही गहन अध्ययन किया गया था और बहुत ही छानबीन के पश्चात ही जो आज के पारितोषिक विजेता हैं उनका चयन किया गया है। तो उन सभी को बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं कि इतने रिगरस प्रोसेस से निकलकर आप आज विजेता बने हैं। तो प्लीज एक्सेप्ट माई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस इन एडवांस। नाउ एग्रीकल्चर ऑफ लेट हैज बीन एंगेजिंग लॉट ऑफ अटेंशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिस्कोर्स इन द पब्लिक डोमेन। इससे पहले जब भी हम कृषि की बात करते थे तो बेसिकली मूलतः आजीविका की ही बात करते थे, लेकिन हम कृषि की बात कर रहे हैं कि एक प्रोफेशन ऑफ होप, वोकेशन ऑफ चॉइस, कि कृषि के अंदर भी अब उद्यमी पैदा हो रहे हैं। कहाँ एक समय था कि जब हम राष्ट्र की खाद्य सुरक्षा के प्रति बहुत चिंतित रहते थे और आज हम समस्त विश्व की खाद्य सुरक्षा जो है उसकी जिम्मेवारी उठाने के लिए भी सक्षम हो गए हैं। कल ही मैंने इनॉग्रल में एक इकोनॉमिस्ट मैगजीन का आर्टिकल से कुछ पढ़ के सुनाया था। इट हैज रिटन वेरी ब्यूटीफुल टाइटल that the journey of Indian agriculture is from a basket case to the bread basket of the world. So this credit goes to each and every stakeholder who's involved in the agricultural sector. I think Agriculture Today Group जो है वो वाकई ही बहुत ही सराहनीय कार्य कर रहे हैं इस किस्म के पारितोषिक का गठन करके और to recognize the people who have been involved and who have done stellar work. So I'll stop here. Congratulations once again to all the winners, and thank you, Honorable Minister Shri Arjun Munda ji, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Justice P. Sathasivanji, the former Chief Justice of India and former Governor of Kerala, to kindly say a few words in the honor of the Honorable Minister and the distinguished awardees. Over to you, sir.
Shri Arjun Munda, Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, other dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, because I was asked to finish it up within a minute. I requested at least 2 minutes because I have already addressed whole day and participated. So I am not going to take more, but I am conveying a message that agriculture in India continues to be a powerful engine. I am using the word powerful engine for livelihood, security, economic growth and social transformation. So last 2 days, and we are thankful to Dr. M.J. Khan and his team. Last 2 days, because of their efforts, we heard lectures from many experts. Now I am not going to repeat, but I want to conclude only one message. Agriculture in India has come a long way since Green Revolution. On the other day we also mentioned Dr. Swaminathan, how he worked for agriculture, and I have already mentioned various coming from a farming community. In my village, most of them are unaware of those schemes. Unfortunately, some state governments are using it, it is their scheme, as if that funds and everything coming from their side. So, under our Prime Minister Modi's leadership, several schemes or initiatives have aimed to improve the lives of our farmers by providing financial security, skill development, market access and sustainable agricultural practices. So I once again thank Dr. M.J. Khan and their entire team. Thank you.
हार्दिक धन्यवाद सर। टेबल सेटवा दो प्लीज, होटल वालों को बुलाना चाहिए।
नीचे देखिए 12,000 वाला खोलिए आराम से पीछे करिए और नीचे करिए आप 2-4 के बीच में ये लगेगा आपको गोदरेज का उसमें मिसिंग का और करिए 1,000 वाला होगा ना ये ले यहाँ से पकड़ लगा दो मुझे
हार्दिक धन्यवाद और अब हम शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह 14th एग्रीकल्चर लीडरशिप अवार्ड सेलिब्रेशंस लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन और निवेदन करना चाहेंगे माननीय मंत्री महोदय श्री अर्जुन मुंडा जी से कि वह अपने कर कमलों द्वारा पुरस्कार प्रदान कर सभी विजेताओं को सम्मानित करें। Ladies and gentlemen, the first award, the first Leadership Award 2023 category is the Research Leadership, which goes to NDRI, a premier research and education institute of the country, ICAR, National Dairy Research Institute, has developed considerable expertise in different areas of dairy production, processing management, and human resource development. During its glorious journey of 100 years, ICAR NDRI has made remarkable accomplishments, including the groundbreaking research in cloning, rapid methods for quality testing of milk, animal feed technology, and the creation of innovative dairy products. A driving force in revitalizing the dairy industry, NDRI has developed more than 80 technologies that have been commercialized, all the while taking measures to protect its valuable innovations. And ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the winners of the Research Leadership Award, NDRI. The next category is of academic leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, the next award is the Academic Leadership Award, which goes to the first Agriculture University of India, Govind Ballabh Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, which has brought about a revolution in agriculture, education, research and extension. Let's put our hands together for GB Pant University for winning the Academic Leadership Award.
जब अनाउंस करते नाम तो पर्सन टू रिसीव बुला देते इनवाइटिंग द ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर
एक ही प्रिंट आउट लाएं अभी तक लिस्ट ठीक वो हो रही है वो लिस्ट कर रही है ना मेरा
Ladies and gentlemen, the next award is the Farming Leadership Award, and this leadership award goes to Apurva Tripathi, a postgraduate in intellectual property law and business law, is an emerging, promising and young farmer working in Bastar Kundagaon, the most backward tribal area of the country. Declining a lucrative job, Mr. Tripathi felt it was more important to connect with ancestral farming roots in Bastar. And the next award is for development leadership, and it goes to a premier national center of excellence, the National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, NIRD and PR. I would invite Dr. Surjit Vikraman to kindly come up to receive the award. It is recognized internationally as one of the UN ESCAP Centers of Excellence. Dr. Sujit Vikraman is the Associate Professor and Head Center of Agrarian Studies, NIRD. The next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for Development Leadership, and the award goes to Jammu and Kashmir Bank. I would invite Dr. Baldev Prakash, the Chairman and Managing Director, to kindly receive the award. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Jammu and Kashmir Bank, which is a premier financial institution with a legacy of 85 years. It continues to play a leading and proactive role in transforming the agro-economy of Jammu and Kashmir. The next category of awards is the Startup Leadership Award, and this award is presented to India's leading food and agri-tech enterprise, Vehicle Foods. It leverages an innovative technology to scale and operate a complex supply chain from soil to sale. And receiving the award is Mr. Karthik Jayaraman, MD. Ladies and gentlemen, the next award, Entrepreneur Leadership Award 2023, is presented to a first of its kind innovation hub in a hub and spoke model, Agri Innovation Hub. Let's put our hands together for them. As coming to receive the award is Mr. Vijay Nandananthi, CEO and Director. Ladies and gentlemen, AG Hub caters to startups and student founders, span India and rural innovation spokes in Jagtial, Warangal, Tandur, located in Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns of rural Telangana. The next award, Entrepreneurship Leadership Award, is presented to specializing in seed spices and IPM, Azad Agro. Let's put our hands together for them. As receiving the award is Mr. Dinesh Malik, founder. Azad Agro's key objective is to connect farmers with the market and establish sustainable livelihoods by facilitating direct marketing channels. The next award, ladies and gentlemen, the Industry Leadership Award, is presented to, please put your hands together for Dr. K.C. Ravi. Elected as Chairman of CropLife India consecutively for 4 times in a row, Dr. K.C. Ravi has played a leadership role in collaborating with industry bodies for a 3D, discuss, decide and deliver reforms in the agrochemical sector. So let's put our hands together for Dr. K.C. Ravi. The next award is for industry leadership. This award goes to pioneer in the concept of selective cotton herbicides, Godrej Agriculture. And receiving the award is Mr. Sushil Gadar, DGM. Godrej Agriculture has an incredible presence across India with 9,000 distributors, 30,000 retailers and 210 territories and 1,500 plus field force. Let's put our hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. The next award, the CSR Leadership Award, is presented to DCM Sri Ram Foundation, and receiving the award is Ms. Aman Pannu, President DCM Foundation. With the objective of responsible growth and driving social impact initiatives for the benefits of its communities, DCM Sri Ram Foundation focuses on two areas: water and agriculture and holistic development. The Khushali Sehat, Khushali Swachhata, Khushali Rozgar and Khushali Parivan embody a commitment to inclusive growth and community well-being. So let's put our hands together for DCM Sri Ram Foundation. The next CSR Leadership Award is presented to Maharatna Central Public Sector Enterprise under the Ministry of Power, REC Foundation. REC Foundation and its CSR arm. Coming up to receive the award is Mr. Vijay Kumar, Director Projects. The CSR initiatives by REC have helped to address social and environmental concerns and are aligned with sustainable development goals. Development of weaker and underprivileged sections of society is given special emphasis in their CSR programs. So let's put our hands together for REC Foundation. The next award is the Corporate Leadership Award 2023, which is presented to Driving Industry Leading Change, Kargil. And receiving the award is Mr. Piyush Mehrotra, Country Commercial Head, Kargil. Srishti, which is a transformative partnership of Kargil with TechnoServe, empowers 10,000 maize farming households in Devanagari, Karnataka. Kargil has been supporting farm-led efforts to scale regenerative agriculture globally, starting with this program in Devanagari to create a lasting impact on farmers' livelihoods. Next award is for the International Agriculture Award and is presented to Dr. M.S. Reddy. With a distinguished career spanning 15 years, Dr. M.S. Reddy has served as a senior scientist and R&D global manager in various agrochemical industries, including ExxonMobil, Esso Imperial Oil, before transitioning to academia in 1998. So let's put our hands together for Dr. M.S. Reddy. The next award is for the food processing leadership and is presented to a leading FMCG company marketing various agri-based products, the BL Agro Industries. And receiving the award, Mr. Ashish Khandelwal, MD, BL Agro. Allegro has established the right market linkages to create better transparency in pricing and value with an unwavering dedication and passion towards delivering the healthiest and tastiest food solutions. The next award is for Innovation Leadership and it is presented to Carnet Technologies, and receiving the award is Mr. Pushkar Limai, founder Carnet Technologies. With a commitment to revolutionizing agriculture practices through innovative technology, Carnet Technologies began its journey driven by a deep passion for building great products in India. Commanding over 30,000 installations in India and a presence in more than 10 countries, they are on the path to improve the profitability of agriculture using technology. So let's put our hands together for Carnet Technologies. The next award, ladies and gentlemen, is the Young Scientist Award, which is presented to Dr. Rauf Ahmed Parvez. Dr. Rauf Ahmed Parvez is scientist at the Division of Agriculture Engineering, ICAR, has set a remarkable standard as young scientist. His academic excellence is evident through prestigious gold medal during his BTech studies, ISTE National Award in MTech, and the ISAE Gold Medal in PhD in the realm of research and innovation. So let's put our hands together for Dr. Ahmed. The next award is for Women in Agriculture, and the award is presented to Dr. Vibha Dhawan, who is recognized nationally and internationally as a thought leader in research and policy development. Dr. Vibha Dhawan comes with an enriching experience of 4 decades, a fellow of the National Academy of Sciences and adjunct professor at Michigan State University. She led the establishment of the National Center of Excellence in Green Port and Shipping and played a key role in establishing of DBT theory. Together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Sarkar. The next award, ladies and gentlemen, is the Program Leadership Award 2023, which is presented to Mr. J.P. Meena, Secretary General, Indian Beverage Association. During an illustrious career spanning 35 years, Mr. Meena has contributed immensely to the policy planning and execution of the projects for the development in agriculture and food processing sectors. His contributions to agriculture in Assam has brought a revolution in rice production and fruits and vegetable production. So let's put our hands together for Mr. J.P. Meena. Ladies and gentlemen, the next award is for the best state in crop production. And this award is presented to the state of Bihar. I would invite Mr. Ashish Chatterjee, IAS Principal Resident Commissioner
आज एग्रीकल्चर टुडे के 25 साल हो
Kindly step. यहाँ पे आएगी नहीं आपकी, थोड़ा उधर को चले जाएं. लंबी भी है ना, आगे थोड़े करते लोग आए. सर थोड़ा इधर को आ जाए. I'll go that side. Yeah, I think let's balance out the women. There's no one that side. Just a minute. We have one more awardee. Ma'am is joining us. Yes, now we are ready. और एक बार जोरदार तालियां सभी विजेताओं के लिए. और अब आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए एग्रीकल्चर टुडे ग्रुप की टीम को. एग्रीकल्चर टुडे ग्रुप की टीम कृपया मंच पर आ जाएं ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए. और एक बार जोरदार तालियां एग्रीकल्चर टुडे ग्रुप की टीम के लिए. इनकी मेहनत जो इन्होंने कई महीनों से की आज के इस कार्यक्रम को साकार करने के लिए. और अब आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी अंत में डॉक्टर एमजे खान को धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के लिए. और इसी के साथ हम हार्दिक धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का और सभी विजेताओं को पुनः हार्दिक बधाई. और आप सबको आमंत्रित करते हैं हाई टी के लिए. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We thank the Honorable Minister, congratulate all the deserving winners for their win and invite everyone for high tea served outside. With that, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the evening ahead. Have a safe drive home. Good evening and namaskar.
आपके बारे में बहुत पढ़ता रहता हूँ. फैन यस.
कभी भी फिल्म चलती है सब में आपकी उसमें आवाज रहती है मेरी आवाज होती है वो कट के बोल रहे हैं क्यों कट करेंगे उससे आ रहे 2013 2000 ये अगर सब सोचते मैं ही I can see everybody. I see everybody's head going there, 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 and there. But it is so good. It's a fully especially जब वो award winning award चलती है. और ये last दिन का ये करता है. Without any